Hello, mateys. This is Discovery Scouts, a Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. Today is Monday. January 16, 2017, and the Martin Luther King's Day for during the winter break. Decided during a holiday this year, 365 days. So I'm watching the Twilight Third and the Twilight Third on Fourth, the Twilight Fourth, the Break of Dawn Part 2. And I'm not gonna show you about the TV shows on Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, Taylor Lautner, and all the characters about the first to 2008 through 2012. Kind of beloved, about Edward and Bella was same thing about the book to the newborn. There, he was about she was very cute, very handsome, very hot, and crush. It's not a bad idea. It's just like it says. Like it says. No other son thinks about it on television about to show you guys. Well, I'm gonna set you up, guys. Set you up, mateys. So what my plan has it about a moment to have Matthew Daddario was to play Alec Lightwood is one of the good shows about the friend hearing about Catherine, Dominic, Alberta, and Emerald, and they will have to be shadow hunters all the time. And she is the one about from last week, but Ella was asleep. He did not die. He didn't die. He was the nose bleeding really bad, but and the two of them just jumped down to the water from the boats and there's some boats from escape. They're all the bad guys. They're all the bad guys on the ships. They have the same thing about the feel of freedom, and the same relaxing the ones of the good thing. So all they need to do is one of the good things about moments for which the witches and Don't Forget It. And so I hope I wanted to see you guys. I want to be continued on the Pirates of the Caribbean 5th, Dead Man Telling No Tales 2017. And the May 19th, Baywatch 2017, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Zac Efron, Alexander Daddario, John Bass, Alphonse Hadra, Priyanka Chopra, and Kelly Roebuck. They're all the 7 characters. It's must things about the last 3.5 months. They are welcome there for the place about the Miami, Florida on an Orlando resorts on the Universal Studios. And Disney World has about the best friends Natalie Eve and John Alphonse Ben, the baseball player of the Detroit Tigers, with his brother Justin Verlander, with Kate Upton with the layover. She considering was it being each other to be best friends, datings, all they know so why they're there. She was very incitement, and she was very hot, very awesome, very nice, very politely, very politicians, and she was have to be really important. So we have about good things about the working doing about the B rolls with the camera here. TV spots, trailers, clips, full movies, and the final trailer is no disability to do it is slow motion. It's mostly runs straight to the beach. It looks like a California on a Long. It looks like in Long Beach, California, do. And Atlanta, Florida, like South Carolina, like the choice. Same as about the actors on the movies 2016. They're the best, or that's the best ones. 366 days. Is she has the one it be taken emotionally indeed. She was a consideration is low the mostly intensities being telling about it, and he has some issues. She has a in Sterling for Zach, from Logan, Zach, John, and now it's Ben. It's mostly with Kate do. She was about intensely about the road on it for a very good interesting. It's just it looks like about seems how it's he looks seems about a very cutable, and sometimes there was a rumor before of if it could interesting, and 100 sexiest woman in the world, like that the Roland Maxim, and Daria was the second personal life for Ben Verlander for Detroit Tigers from the college baseball program on the Lakewood Tigers. She was about the 4 years about presented it in 2010 through 2014. But now it's joining about Fox Sports with Justin Verlander. And so is he. So is he was it about good dating for Logan from Logan and the actor the Sidney Halls. So I have it taught. So I taught him about the last 5 years ago. So when we've been there about 2011 through 2016, it's the best ways about the 5 years past. For now, is the only thing about the new boy here, a new girl, and she was to think he only was a very good best evers, and all I thinking is really great best ways ever is just noticing about in his mostly in doing this stuff a very great job, very good actor, and very excellent actress, and very good study. It's much you can. You can read much of watch those on TV shows where the camera B rolls, and notices how to be aftermath, or more to be aftermath from the Logan Lerman takes the leave on to the walking with the Dean and Lucas with his brother and the best friends Dean Collins. For her to mention that for her sister, for his mention her sister Lily Collins from Stuck in Love. When it seems just like familiar things about the Golden Globes, Lily Collins on it, and seems really good. Seems really good about she was about good interesting. So by the way, Logan Lerman's birthday 25th for January 16, 1992. Happy birthday for Logan Lerman 25th. Happy birthday! Woo! Congratulations, Logan. Happy birthday, Logan Wade Lerman. She is 25 years old. And she wasn't about good, interesting. She wasn't about the good birthday cakes. They have some slow motions on Instagrams with the Dean and his brother Lucas and his friends and family there, and she didn't make it. She didn't make it to see Alex like that on this, wanted to be not his friends anymore. But Ben has Alex. She won't be able to see Logan once again, but for the last 5 years, for once it ends. So question of quoting about the personal information about and good intensity about Pirates of the Caribbean the fifth build up for the two pirate ships in the Black Pearl, Queen Anne's Revenge, built by the 100 men of crew workers. They're building on the ships, they're putting it down into the set on the ocean and then onto the bay on the beach. And that makes it decided to seem how it looks like about the Pearl and Revenge. When the captain by Jack Sparrow, captain by Hector Barbosa from the Blackbeard, they have the most and genetically in the pirate ships all the time. And the type of the galleon and the frigate is mostly forgetted about mostly about the high intensities. all their nose in about 168.5 degrees, zero point 0.5 foot in tall degrees outside on the top of the height. And one in the Queen Anne's Revenge, same as the Pearl, as 165 degrees 0.5. They have a definitely the pointing it that they have a pointing on the ships in the late 1760. Let's get considerations about the 10 years later, about 1750, with the unstranger tied up about the beat up for the battle for the Fountain of Youth, from skirmishes on the palm tree grove, and from the White Cane Bay, the mutiny on the Queen Anne's Revenge, and from skirmishes on England to the British Empire. So the next thing would be about Captain Salazar's battle. Is the battle skirmishers of the warships. One of the British ambushing on the outside the cape, outside the darkness. There is a foggy under the water. Then suddenly about the dead pirate. And suddenly, it was the ghost pirates. There's the new notorious pirate, was a hunt for the Trident, of Poseidon. And it was we have the whale, just to mention that. They like a sperm, or orca, or humpback. Well, I'm gonna say sperm whale, speed up by the Kraken, like a giant squid, colossal and jumbo. It's in the most inhabited of the animal planet in the Nat Geo wild under the seas on the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, and Indian Ocean. It's a continent drift in and around the world. When the sperm whale swims around in the country in the North and South America, Canada, Alaska, Asia, Europe, Africa, and India, and Antarctica, I'll mention that. And same lacks about the sperm whales still, like the families, and one of the younger and bigger ones, and females and males. And they haven't seen some movies about the exact ships that destroyed by the giant sperm whale was a high-most and angry in attacking, and a lot of the men and the child to each other. A lot of the men about these ships around the American ship, one of the Americans. A lot of poor to each other. The ships, most of them have and disappointments have about exact ships, mostly explosive. The Essex has fallen. They're stranded in about 85 days. It wasn't included about a very high, very hot, and mostly almost about the coldest at outside is 56 degrees outside. The man was stranded in the 3 boats. They were able to, they died, they leave behind the island. He can catch up and he could catch himself in death. And they were going back home. They're going to decide to see how it's about. They're going how to see how is it doing up to. It decided to say goodbyes to one of them, and to say thanks. It totally wanted to help each other about 130 days. In about the 2 years of his wife was it coming to us about the new babies, wanted about the one child to do, one children. Was it about the seems everything it would be good about in very intensities. It's mostly in the dude most of them have the very emotion about the sperm whales do, like books, a novel sense of the 1830s, sea monsters do, and like a whale, like pirates do. When the Black Pearl's back from the unstranger ties in the bottle of the ship, then fleeing to the bottle was destroyed. Destroying the bottle of ships, the ships is back. So they have the British warships from the Blackbeard's death from the Fountain Youth. And the new captain and the Disney villains as notorious pirates in the world in the cave is Captain Salazar, played by Javier Bardem. And she wasn't known about it from James Bond from Daniel Craig. It's just the best movies all the time. All I know about last year. But including about the Pirates movie, the Black Pearl knows the same as about meaning for the Queen Anne's Revenge. It looks like about the type of the galleon, type like a frigate. In every moment, if you wanted to do about 32 cannons and 30 cannons on it and the ships, 2 Greeks fires on it. And it has about a very merciful as is the most disappearance. In a much like that, it totally have about the captain and the crew of the Black Pearl was hiring for the Tortuga, and the Queen Anne's Revenge has the crew from Tortuga too. When Jack Sparrow sneaks into the British Empire from the ambushing the 3 British warships, like HMS Endeavour do, like second and third movie, and it was about and kind of like about fairy advice about Johnny Depp's for Captain Jack Sparrow for convincing for Orlando Bloom plays about Will Turner and his son Henry. And his son was transforming from Davy Jones from the second and third. It was that mentioned that for Captain of the Flying Dutchman, it was about the 3 pirate ships is all about the heroes, not pirate ships, not the villains, and the pirate crews is the heroes, and the British ship and the British soldiers has British and Spanish soldiers has villains, and Notorious Ghost Pirates has the villains. The villains only have the Notorious Ghost Pirates and Spanish Royal Marines, and the British soldiers and the 2 villains around the world, and enormous villains and the Notorious Ghost Pirates around the crew, and led by from the Captain Salazar's ships. Silent Married. Dying Go with Karina Smith will do that for every days. That show what it can do. And they have a Jack was a snack too. It was Shocky. So I'm not sure about the Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge was being about together. I believe it's the Pearl and the Revenge was sailed together. Jack Sparrow and Barbossa have the 2 same ships. It's the Pearl of Revenge. It was the same together under the 1716 into the sea, into the 7 seas, into the back to Tortuga, into the party started. Woo! But the Wikipedia for Pirates of the Caribbean gallery has about the Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge, and the mention of a Flying Dutchman and Dying Gold, and notorious pirate ship is Silent Mary as the ghost ones, and British warships and Spanish galleons on it. And they literally with scenes every time was to have a new unknown lieutenant and captain, a new Lord Lieutenant here. It was about considering. It's about scenes. Looks about very anytime. It's most definitely it don't have to about scenes every time every do, and do ever definitely what can have to do is do whatever they're gonna do. So for everything about for pirates, so the pirate shows, the pirate ship against the Silent Mary against the ambush for the British and Spanish Royal Marines to have a free for all. The three pirate ships, the Black Pearl, Queen Anne's Revenge, and Dying Ghost, who have the three together, and Flying Dutchman 2 is four of them, and one has the silent ship, and the Silent Mary and Triangles silent ship, and there's two has about Team 2, and there's three has about the British warships, and the fourth one could be about the Spanish ships. It looked like about the Spanish, they look like the Spanish Revolution War, about Revolution War for free for alls about against by the pirates, notorious pirates. It wasn't a nominated be asking you to do. Was it about she constantly actually it being about the quoting about very nominees in about very good. So a lot of it shows about forget about nearby. So I hope what I wanted to think to do is everything could be about the scenes in May 26, 2017. When from the last 6 years, from the May 20th, 2011, I was junior high. So I'm seeing about the Black Pearl, and then the bottle for the captain of the Black Pearl was attacked by the Queen Anne's Revenge, a Blackbeard, the captain of Edward Teach Blackbeard. And I remember that for a long time ago. So she could have said definitely half of the scenes so scenes about very directed by Jerry Bruckheimer and Gore Verbinski. And Hans Zimmer's will have to be will have to about the sound sending to the soundtracks. Cameras on the B-rolls. Makeup for sending to the trailers, and and a second trailer, the third trailer, and it's just final ones, and TV spots, clips, and additional Blu-rays and DVDs, and the full movies on online. They're full started for free. This is 2017 year. So I have to know about the call about tell the friends out. You're gonna have to figure out to tell your friends about the kid behind the camera, Bridget West, McJuggernuggets, Georgie Stahlbarger, and Big Butter, and Jackson Doherty, and Shami TV on Shami Prasad, and Derek Diesel Daily, Derek Diesel, Space Jam Gardens, Nesboot, Cuba Guy, and Psycho Dad, Larry's Lounge, Joe Bump, and Melissa, and Psycho Mom, Teresa Ridgway, and Melissa Stahlbarger. So we can tell you all about Pirates of the Caribbean 5th coming up from May 26, 2017. Well, by the way, for the last 10 years in the annually developed for the 2007 through 2017 from now for last before and now 10 years now. 10 years like about 2001 through 2011. Now it's in 7 through 17 for 10 years. Before the 10 years, it's the best ways ever I took it of the low so long. It finally included about the very interesting. If you notice it about it, notice things about totally about the disappearance. And about the few things to do, and notice things about the editor conditions, about the music and composer by Hans Zimmer, and Gore Verbinski, Jerry Bruckheimer, and Klaus Bowden, and one of Orlando Bloom's actor for the Davy Jones for Will Turner's turns the transforming from Davy Jones into the sea monsters too. Then they're called transforming about the bearded tentacles. He was about 40 years old. Jack Sparrow has 60, and totally appearance of all time. So thank you very much for coming in, guys. So ladies and gentlemen, I love for you guys to think about the only ways about you will have to see Pirates of the Caribbean Them and Telling the Tales. And the next one will be second trailer of about February. Well, until that March. And you have to know about TV spots here. Don't forget about 30 seconds. So 15 to 30 seconds be left. So don't forget to subscribe to more content. So follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Advice, and Twitch live stream, gaming channels, Junkie Store, Elma, New Jersey, Cocker Talk, Cocker Stories, Tom and Play Stores, and Hangouts. And don't forget the subscription of friends on McJugger Nuggets, Big Brother, Jordy Star Bulger, came behind the camera, Bridget West, the Inky Grandpa Shows, Grandpa's Corner, Psycho Dad, Larry Slash Show, Bomb, Psycho Mom, and Melissa. Psycho Aunts, Psycho Uncles, Crazy Boyfriend, Crazy Love, and Manicorn, Julia Riley, Derek Diesel, Deal with Facilita, Sebastian Garters, Life of Moko, Life of Boo, Nest Boo, The Cuba Guy Life, Cuba Guy, The Book Show, and Team Creed, Both Squad, The Reagan Dad, Jackson Doherty, Xiaomi TV, and Prince vs. Spring, Wilma Edwards, Wilma Edward Wings, and Prince vs. Spring, BF of his GF again, and Alexander Daddario Topic Forever, Alice Anna, Logan Lerman for 25th, Dean Collins here, Leva Rambin and Jim Perrick, Jake Abel, Ali Wood, Douglas Smith, Brandon T. Jackson, Margot Robbie, and Emma Washington, Beauty and the Beast, Dan Stevens, Luke Evans, and Josh Gad, Ian McKellen, and Aaron McGregor. So Matthew here for her sister, Matthew Daddario here with the Shadow Hunters. So I'm gonna watch this on TV, guys. So don't forget subscription of friends now. Subscribers on internet on subscribers and subscription. So right now. So thank you for the coming in, guys. Like and assemble. So I love you guys. You feel free to death. Don't forget, keep it rich, mateys.